Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sathak. And if you have seen my Hindi videos, I have added almost 3 videos for CSS selectors, but I have not added anything in English mode. So what I'll do is I'll coagulate everything in one video for English, and I'll put it inside the Selenium WebDriver English playlist. So this video is in English, and I'll completely tell you from the very basic till till the complicated part of CSS selectors, everything in this particular video. There will not be any further videos on CSS selectors as of yet. So let's begin. This will cover almost everything. So we'll learn CSS selector. Okay. So uh, if you have seen my Hindi videos, let's assume the fact that you have not. So typically this is the syntax of a CSS selector. You have the HTML tag, you have the attribute equal to value. So you can see the difference between the XPath syntax, basic syntax, and the CSS selector basic syntax. You do not need the two forward slashes, and neither do you need the @ attribute sign. And you need not need these single quotes as well. You can just write it like this. Excuse me. So this should work fine. So let's go ahead and go to our favorite website, rediff.com, and let's have the sign in link inspected, and let's write the CSS selector for the same. So as I said, the syntax is HTML tag attribute equal to value of that particular attribute. So the HTML tag is a, and we have class here, and we'll use sign in. So a class equals to sign, and that's it. We have 1 of 1. So this is a correct CSS selector. Okay, so this is a correct CSS selector which you can write. Okay, now in case there is a class attribute, okay, you can also use the syntax HTML tag dot class name. So this should work absolutely fine. So here instead of a class sign in, we can write a, which is the HTML tag dot sign. So this will also be an CSS selector. There is also a provision wherein you need not write HTML tag dot class name. You can directly write dot class name, but you have to be careful whether that thing is making it 1 of 1 or not, whether it is unique or not. So you can remove this and you can just write a dot sign in. This also will work fine, but then again you have to be careful. You have to see whether it is actually making it 1 of 1 or not. So I suggest to you, this is my suggestion. You can choose whatever you want to, but I'll still suggest that go via HTML tag dot class name. Now let's say for example you have an ID. So HTML tag, instead of dot you have hash ID. Okay, so let's find a web element which has ID. We know we have to go inside sign in link, and in username text box let's inspect this. So Control F, see we have an ID as login1. So technically we can write input tag is input is the HTML tag. So we can write input hash login1. So it is 1 of 1. So it works fine. So this is the correct CSS selector. Okay. And here also you can choose to ignore the HTML tag. You can directly write this hash login1. This one will also work fine, but again I will still suggest that, see, ID is generally more unique in nature compared to class name, but I'll still suggest go with the HTML tag hash, the attribute value, that is the ID attribute value. I do not do this. I tend to do this, but again both of them are correct, but you have to be careful that it has to remain unique. It has to be 1 of 1. If it is 1 of 2, 1 of 3, then maybe you'll have to change a little bit in that regard. So this is a very simple analogy of how to write CSS selectors. Okay, now since we are done with the basic part of it, let's move on to little bit more advanced situation of it. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the contains and we have starts with function, remember, in XPath, and you have ends with also in XPath. But here we will not use these typical term, but we will use something, which will actually make your life little easier. So let's go with contains. First, let me tell you what happens here. Here, you, one second, guys. Okay, so we can, one second, let me mute. Okay, so here you can write HTML tag. Okay, and when you want to write a particular attribute value, in those sense, you can write the attribute star equals to, and make sure there is no space in between them. You can keep a space here, but you should not keep a space in between them. And here you can write the value of the attribute. You can write the whole value or a portion of that value. So let's go ahead and see. So we'll do it for this itself. Okay, so we'll write HTML tag is input id star equal to s, sorry, what is the id, login 1, login 1. So this is the correct CSS selector. Okay, so you can use this. Okay, now value of the attribute need not be the whole value. Okay, you can also see if with login 1, with login also it is working, with logi also it is working, with log also it is working, with lo also it is working, with l it is still working. So id is very unique in nature, so that is why the contains aspect of things tend to work. You can use this in Classroom also, in case you are having a web element which has an attribute class. So please use those concepts in this regard. So it should work fine. Now let's go with starts with. So here the syntax is HTML tag attribute. Instead of star equal to, you use this equal to, you write starting value of the attribute. So let's see what I meant to say here. So let's go with this example. So instead of star, I'll write the power thing and login 1. So you can remove this will work, this will work, this will work. So it actually works. But if you give a space, then it doesn't work. So make sure that it doesn't change. So let's say the starting attribute is login. Okay, the 1 2 it might change. So this is your correct CSS selector. Okay, so let's say login 1, if you refresh the id, for example, it becomes login 2 or login 3. You can choose a particular example from any website wherein the id frequently changes, like some ids have a huge numerical value attached to it, and once you refresh the page, the numerical value of that particular id changes, but there is a certain element which remains constant. So technically you'll have to use that particular aspect here. Okay, so this is how it will work. Now let's go to ends with. Here the syntax is HTML tag attribute. Okay, instead of the okay, so this has to remain close. So instead of the power button, we use dollar equals to ending value of the attribute. Okay, so what will be doing, so what is the ending value here? So you can use dollar, and you can choose to remove L, but you have to give 1, because you cannot eliminate the last value, otherwise this makes no sense, because it ends with, so the end part of the attribute value log and 1. So technically you cannot remove 1, it will not work. You have to have the end value for sure. So this is also a correct CSS selector. It will still work. So again, very simple, no rocket science. So this actually uh, ends the basic selection part of it. Now there is one more thing which I needed to discuss. It is known as nth child. So this basically is this is what we learn about the traversing between grandparent, parent, and the child. Okay, so I'll teach you about nth child, as well as we'll learn about nth of type. This also is about traversing, but both work a little bit differently. Okay, so we'll see which one is rooted for which particular one. So we'll just cite out small examples, and we'll use those examples, and we'll see how do we actually have a practical implication of the same in our code. Okay, now let's go ahead. So when do we use this particular traversing? In XPath, when do we use a certain traversing? When the original element might not have an attribute like ID, name, or class, which can be directly used or which can be directly, operated. So we take a root node of a different web element and then traverse to that particular original element. That is why traversing is done. Similarly, in CSS selector also, there are certain restrictions in CSS selector. You can only traverse from top to bottom, and the sequence between grandparent, parent, and child is much easier. Yes, there is also a sequence for sibling as well, but that I'll tell you after a few minutes. So let's understand the nth child concept of it. So let's assume for the time being that this username, this this particular username web element does not have ID. Okay, it maybe it does not have name, maybe it does not have class. So it typically does not have a uh, has an attribute which can be used to create a CSS selector. So what is the next thing that we can do? We can go to its parent, and then we can traverse. So let's see, the parent has this particular web element's parent tag is this div tag, which has a class known as cell. So what I'll do, I'll write div dot cell. But if you see this uh, div tags having cell as class, there are 12 of them. So technically speaking, I am at grave risk for using such kind of a thing as the root node. So I'm not going to use. So my parent does not have enough. So let me go to my grandparent. Grandparent has a class attribute row, and it is a div tag too. So let me use div dot row, but still it has one of two, so I'm not going to use it. I have an attitude to make sure that the first or the node or the root node which I start with starts with one of one. I don't want to start taking a risk of one of two even. I want to start with one of one. So I'm going to go back. I'll again inspect this username. Okay, so my parent is not helping me out. My grandparent is still not helping out. Let me go to my grandparent, which is a div tag again, which has the class attribute as table. Let me see whether div dot table is working out fine. No, it is one of four. So even my grandparent is not gonna give me a root node of one of one. So I'm disappointed, but I still have hopes. Let me go to this div class floatel left width. Now there is one small catch which I did not tell you yet. In XPath, whenever I have told you something, like if there is a class which has multiple values, like here there is floatel and left width, genuinely I would ask you not to take this class. But here in CSS selector, I will not do the same. I will rather encourage you to take this. But there is a particular way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the attribute value of class, that is floatel space left width. I have copied it. Now the HTML tag is div. So div dot, if I do this, I'm getting 0 of 0. Okay. See, I've copied it. I'm getting 0 of 0. So what I'm doing, let me make a new statement, and I'll tell you how to use CSS selectors with class having multiple values. So in this case, it is not working. See, it is becoming 0 of 0. So what do? I remove this space and instead add a dot. And see, this is a correct representation of a CSS selector. This is not the correct representation. So what happens if you have multiple class values, then you can use HTML tag dot, that is the class name value 1 dot class name 2, and you can continue like this. Class, let's say it has the third value to maybe a fourth value, so as per the number of values of the class you can use this. It will work absolutely fine. See, it is working fine. See, it is working fine. So now let's go back to our original discussion of nth child. So this is something which came into notice. I had forgot to mention. Anyways, now I have. So now we are here. We want to come to input tag. So what will I do? First, from this is my great grandparent. So I'm gonna come to my great grandparent. I'm gonna come to div. So what I'm gonna do, in XPath we used to use slash. Here instead of slash we will use this. Representation is by a right angular key. So I have to come to div. So I'm gonna use div. So see, it is one of three. So because it has this as a child, this as a child, as well as this as a child. So but I want to come to this div. So it has a class value dot table. So I can use dot table. Now it is still one of two. So somehow this is not working. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to act a little smart, and I'm going to not give any class dot class value something. I'm going to use nth child. So what is the next step? You will write colon nth minus child, and in the bracket you write 2. So here it became specific. So this is the CSS selector for this particular web element, which is my great grandparent. Now I want to come from here to my grandparent, from my great grandparent to my grandparent. So again I will use this, and I can use directly div, but it is again showing one of two. So I'm gonna act smart, and I'm gonna write nth child bracket 1. So it becomes one of one. So I am at my grandparent right now. Now from here I want to come to my parent. So I'll again use div colon nth minus child, second child, my. So what is not working? So let's, okay, I have given 2, sorry. So right now I'm at my parent and it works absolutely fine. Now here I want to come back to myself. I can use input. This will also work fine. But I want to use nth minus child. I rather suggest you do. So this is absolutely perfect. So this is a good CSS selector which you can use nth child. So similarly, there are a lot of other ways you can make you can choose to write different kinds of CSS selectors. There are a lot of CSS selectors types and techniques which I've already told. You can use any of them. Like in XPath, we could use any of the XPath as per our whims and fancy, but make sure that it is actually becoming one of one. Similarly, you use your skills here. I will make a separate video which might extend a lot, and wherein I can say how you can just play around with the application using CSS selectors. Probably I'm planning to make a video wherein I can differentiate XPath and CSS selectors and teach the dynamic flexibility of XPath and dynamic flexibility of CSS selectors with a certain restraint. Anyways, so this is understood. Now let's check for some other and make sure we use the other form of traversing, that is nth of type. So what is nth of type and how it is different from nth child? Let's go ahead and see. Let's directly go and write in. Okay, let me delete this. So let us inspect password web element here. So the password has web element has an input, HTML tag as input, and we have ID. Okay, so we can directly use the CSS selector input hash PSSWRD. It will work fine. But let us assume the fact that there is no such attribute and we want to traverse. So what I'll do, again I will come from somewhere on the top and all that stuff, and then so what I'll do is I'll come from float LF width. So I'll come from my great grandparent, like I came from there. So let div dot this. So I'll again close it up to dot. So now I'm here. I have to come here. So this is, I'm at yellow, I have to come to this blue fill. So this is the amount I need to traverse. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use, I have to come from here. Let me come to this first. So I'll write div colon nth minus of minus type, and let's see 2. So here also it is traversing. So I've come here. Now from here, my target is come to the next. So I'll come div. It is one of two. So I'll write nth minus of minus type. And let's see one. Yes, it works absolutely fine. Now from here, okay. So technically I should have come to this particular part, because I have to come to here, then only I can traverse. So rather I'll make it 2. So I've come here, nth 2. So now again I will come from here to this particular part. So I'll write div nth minus of minus type. You can write 2. So it has come to my parent. So from here I will come down to the tag which is actually of type input of type, and this is 1. So this also is working absolutely fine. So this traversing is also working fine, but this one is for your username and this is for your password. I've just used nth of type instead of nth child. So this one is also working absolutely fine. So you can choose to traverse, but remember, in CSS selector you are coming from top to bottom. I have no idea how to come from bottom to top. If I ever get to know, I'll let you know, but as of now I'm not having that knowledge. So whatever I'm having knowledge on, I'm telling you, and it works absolutely fine. If you write it in the code and execute, it will work fine. So this is all about traversing between between siblings, between a grandparent, parent and child. Now let's say, for example, how do we traverse between siblings? So this is also very important. Traversing between siblings. So how do you do? Very simple. We use the plus operator. So this is very simple and it is quite unique to use it. So let's use it and actually understand how it works. So we'll choose the sign in button for the same as the web element. Okay. So we have a class value as sign, in, btn. It will work directly. Input.sign, in, btn. But I don't want to use that. I want to use the traversing part of it. So again, I'll come from the same location. Okay. I'll write div dot. Okay. So I'm here and I have to come here. Earlier, what I used to do was I used to be with my direct grandparent or parent. I did not go to the siblings of my grandparent or siblings of my parent or siblings of my grandparent, because then I was not able to traverse using nth child, because using nth child it is very difficult to traverse in between siblings. So to traverse between siblings you have to use the plus operator. So let's say, for example, I am at my great grandparent, which is having the class attribute as this. Now I want to come to this particular gentleman who is one of the siblings of my great grandparent, which is table. So let me see if I can come down here. Okay, I can come down here, div hash, I have this. So it is one of one. But now somehow this particular place and coming to sign in button, I will not be able to traverse because I cannot use nth child to come to this div. So if I use div, it will not work, because and if even if I use nth minus child, this is not going to work, because from this position it will not come to this. Child is only for the parent, it's not between siblings. So as of now, this is not going to work. So what should I do? I want to come here. It's very simple. You just add div and that's it. It will come. You can give div dot table. Works fine. No problem. Now you can come to this one. You can give div. You can write div colon nth minus child, and you can come to the first part. Now you are here. So if I want to come to this div, again plus div, simple, you came here. Now use that particular principle and traverse. So how much distance is left? Only this much is left. So again you can write div, and you can write dot cell. So you are here, but it is one of two. So I'll not use this because it is one of two. So I'll write div nth minus child. I'll use one. So I'm here. Now I want to come here. I'll write div. Very simple. I'll write dot cell. It is one of one. Now inspect. I want to come here. So first let me take the control to input. So it is input one of two. So if I input hash PSSWRD, this is one of one. So from here I want to come to myself. Simple. Another input. It works absolutely fine. Dot SIGN So this is your complete CSS selector. See, you need not make it this complicated. It can be done with even in easier format as well. But I'm telling you that if you can master, this becomes extremely easy. See, XPath and CSS selectors come very naturally to me. The traversing is very natural to me. You might find it little complicated. You please get in touch with me. You can watch my video multiple number of times, because telling each and everything on a video call on a video explanation is not that simple. You have to practice makes you perfect. So technically all these things you will also write even much better than the way I am writing right now. So you can use this is a proper CSS selector, and you can traverse anywhere. But I have no idea how to come from bottom to top. It is still CSS selector still as from top to bottom. Okay, so these are the CSS selectors, and if you want, you can use these CSS selectors in your. I have already created the rediff.com. I'm sure you must have watched this particular code n number of times. So you can just go here for the sign in link. Did we create anything? Yeah, we created something which is very simple. We'll use this one, okay, for the sign in link. Remember? So let me paste it here. Did I paste? Yes, my Eclipse is okay, hanging. No, okay, it is working now. For username, this is for username. Remember, selenium panda rediff.com at rediffmail.com. So this is for username. So for username, what did we use? I think we used. Okay, let us use this one. Okay, or we can use this one. So it's up to you. Anything we can use, not a problem. Sorry, so we can use this one. This should work fine. Now let's go with the password. Okay, so for password, I think this was for password, right? Yes, I think this was for password. So let's go ahead and use this for password. Now this one is for the sign in button, which is this one, right? So I'm going to use this. Very well, we have used whatever we have found. Now this one is for logout. So let me manually log in. So now we have for logout. Let us inspect this logout. So it is rd underscore logout. So I don't want to waste a lot of time, so I'll write a dot. I'll just write it. Now it works fine. So you can use your own long process and everything, but I'm just using the simpler ones. See, if there is a simpler one, no need to go ahead and break your bones thinking about writing such big and complicated CSS selectors. And writing like this will need a certain bit of practice. Okay, I does not need expertise. Expertise comes later. It needs a little bit of practice. The more you practice, the more you analyze these things, it will still work. So as of now, all our basic and all sorts of things that we learn, and I wrote it in this notepad and whatever, it is working fine. Let's see if it is working fine or not. Right click. Okay, my Eclipse is hanging. Maybe because my laptop is on for last 4 days. I need to shut down once anyways. So let's see. whether my internet is good enough for this to run, because my internet has been misbehaving for some time now. So let's see. I'm sure our CSS selectors are all absolutely perfect. If I have not copy pasted wrong, then that's a different thing. So let's see how it works. Okay, it is slow, as I presume it is slow. Probably we'll have to give it another run. No, okay, it all of a sudden became fast. So let's see whether it is gonna give logout or not. Yes, logout is also working fine. I think so. Did it log out? Probably yes. No. Okay. No, it is still running. Okay. Maybe certain internet issues which is there, but our code is absolutely fine. No, okay. Okay, see, this is internet issue. So our code is fine. Maybe if I rerun, it will work. But again, my internet is not behaving well. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm using my mobile internet because of certain reasons. So this is absolutely fine. You can do this and it will work. There is one more thing which I forgot. I'm so sorry. But then again, let's say for example, there is an ID, okay, and there is a class with multiple values. So in this case, you can write HTML tag hash ID, and you can directly write class name 1 dot class name 2 dot class name 3. But then the question will be, you'll be asking me, if I have an ID, even though that particular web element has these classes, why do I need it? You do not. I'm saying that it will still work. Anyways, I know you will not be using these, you will be directly using this, make it one of one. But in case, in certain situations, if it does not work, this is also a thing which you can do. But I have never used it because I don't need to. So it is again up to you. I hope you liked this session. And if you need any further sessions on CSS selectors, please do comment, and please subscribe to my channel Automation Hub Sarthak, and please like and share my videos. Thank you so much. Sarthak here, signing off.